What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW videos. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of a mini review for the Gotcha Evolve. So I bought the Gotcha Evolve around 4 to 5 days ago, and I've had some time to kind of digest it. For whatever reason, this specific model has kind of escaped my experiences, and I actually started my first auto catcher with the original Go Plus, which I modified to actually auto catch. I had to cut wires, had to solder it, had to get rid of the vibrating motor, which was a ton of fun, but that's not very accessible to the masses. But we've seen such a progression since then, whether it's from a design perspective. You've got that incubator with egg. I thought that was so cool. And then from the functionality perspective, you ended up seeing something like the dual catch mom, which is a single device that is able to connect to 2 phones. That was revolutionary for its time, and here we are. We've got the Gotcha Evolve. And then the Trainer Club actually secured a partnership with the creators of the Gotcha Evolve to create the Trainer Club exclusive Gotcha Evolve. Now, upon initially hearing this, I thought it was like a partnership branding marketing thing where it's gonna have the Trainer Club logo, it's gonna have the logo on the box, and it was gonna be a way to just kind of support a creator. But upon further inspection, I ended up finding out that it actually has an exclusive feature. Not just a marketing thing or a skin thing, an exclusive feature, which is totally going to make it worth the purchase. But anyways, we're going to be reviewing this Gotcha. I'll give you my experiences and how I've been using it. So if you are interested in purchasing one, hopefully this is going to end up helping. Of course, I'll put links to these products in the description below. But anyways, if you find this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. When you first buy the Gotcha Evolve, it's going to come with the wrist strap, so it's going to function much like a watch. But I've actually opted not to use it this way, and I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about why. Because you may end up considering doing the same thing. I'll at least save you some frustration by just kind of cutting to this. So when you open this up, you actually charge it by taking off the wrist strap, and then you've got the actual USB port that you will connect directly into a USB, and it's hidden within the wrist strap. Pretty cool design. But what about this thing? I'm totally gonna lose this. I know myself. I'm gonna leave it somewhere. I'm just gonna set it down, and then just having to constantly move it back and forth, at least for me, is not gonna be the most functional thing. So what I've opted to do is to take off the wrist straps and just end up with just the unit itself. And then I bought a carrying case that I can connect to my keychain or connect to my backpack and do it like that. And the cool thing about this is, because there's gonna be a little bit extra room, you can literally leave it in its case and just connect it to a USB port that way. And it plugs in directly into a USB port, so that's actually pretty cool. Definitely an improvement from the original Gotcha, which requires an additional cord that's made specifically for the Gotcha. I've lost that thing several times as well, but with this one, you just basically need the unit, which is pretty cool. Don't plug it into a fast charging USB port, something that's made specifically for like smartphones, for example, because it's not going to be able to handle the power input from that. So I wanted to go ahead and point that out. That way you don't end up frying it. Just use a regular USB board. Something from a battery bank is totally fine. Something from your car, totally fine. If you're interested in buying the case for the Gotcha Evolve, the specific one that I bought, I'll have a link to that on Amazon. But let's go and move into the actual connection of this device. Now, this is especially relevant for players who have never connected a Gotcha, a Go Plus, anything like that for Pokemon Go. Now, the first thing you're gonna do is actually click the button on the Gotcha Evolve. Spoiler alert, pretty simple because there's only one button. And then what you're gonna do is go into Pokemon Go, click on settings, scroll all the way down, get to Pokemon Go Plus. Once you click on that, you'll scroll down and you'll see a grayed out Pokeball, hopefully. If you see that, that means that it is recognizing that the Gotcha Evolve is there. Go ahead and click on the gray Pokeball and it's gonna begin the connection process. If it ends up being successful, it's gonna ask you to pair that device. You click the pair button. Once it ends up getting paired, guess what? You are set up and ready to go. Now, there are some settings in Pokemon Go that you want to make sure that you are aware of, such as, do you want to catch all of the nearby Pokemon? Do you want to spin the Pokestops? Or do you want to do both? So you can click the check marks and toggle them. Additionally, there are also some settings in the Gotcha Evolve that you can look at in the Gotcha Evolve app. Now, to see this device, what I recommend doing is everything we just talked about, and then open up the Gotcha Evolve app. If you try opening up beforehand, it's just an absolute nightmare to get it to pull up. So just connect into Pokemon Go like normal, and then pull up the Gotcha Evolve app. Once you pull that up, you can change a couple of settings. I'll go ahead and showcase everything that I have that I'm currently using. Like for example, I'm enabling the watch face, which I think is a very practical, functional feature that gets outside of the use of just Pokemon Go. So I definitely enabled that. Love the dark theme. So go ahead and kind of check through that list. It's personally what I use. So once you have all of that set up and ready to go, you just get out and play. Beforehand, I mentioned that there was the Trainer Club exclusive Gotcha Evolve, so I want to talk a little bit about the difference. Like I said before, initially I thought it was just a marketing thing, a skin thing, a way to support a creator, something like that. But then I end up hearing that there actually is an improved functionality, which is so cool, by the way, and that is the ability to connect to two devices. The initial Gotcha Evolve that we reviewed today cannot connect to two devices, but the Trainer Club exclusive is able to connect to two devices just using the single Gotcha Evolve Trainer Club one, which is seriously impressive. And what's probably going to end up happening is in the future, all of the Gotcha Evolves that they have moving forward, like the 2.0 version, is going to be able to connect to those two devices. But for the fact that the Gotcha Evolve Trainer Club exclusive is right around the same price as the Gotcha Evolve that we ended up reviewing today, and it has extra functionality, I would actually recommend going for that Trainer Club one. I think that that is such a cool idea, and I'm so glad that they were able to kind of progress the Gotcha Evolve further. So the final thing that I wanted to talk about is just for auto catchers in general, and the solution, however, is going to be specifically for Android users. So if you've used an auto catcher, even this Gotcha Evolve that we reviewed today, you may have noticed that if you go through kind of like a large enough group of Pokemon, it doesn't always get them all. And the reason for that is because it takes so long to recognize the different Pokemon and to create the different connections between them that it's only able to do a certain amount throughout a minute. I believe probably like 8 Pokemon in a minute is probably about right, because that connection is just really slow. Well, there's a solution for Android users, and that's through the app called Go Companion. Now, I actually did a review for the Go Companion app a year ago, but the interface is significantly changed, so a little bit of a new look. One of the main features that I like is that it can keep up with how many Pokemon your Go Plus, Gotcha, whatever, is catching, how many are fleeing. You can, of course, figure out the ratio of it to decide if it makes a lot of sense for you. And then on the flip side of it, there is an experimental setting known as Initial Boost. Now, what Initial Boost does is it sets your Go Plus, your Gotcha Evolve, whatever, as a priority Bluetooth device. And because of that, with that prioritization, it creates a stronger signal, and the result of that is that you're actually able to recognize Pokemon quicker in the Pokemon Go app, and it will cycle through the Pokemon quicker than what the original settings will end up doing. So what this means is if you go through a horde of Pokemon, it will pick up more than what the original settings will, which is just insane. It's also a little too good, if I want to go ahead and mention that. Maybe you're a person who likes to go out and catch specific Pokemon, like the rarer ones, for example, and then let that Go Plus or whatever just kind of catch the crap, if you will. But you may want to kind of like handpick, right? Well, if you're going up against this Gotcha Evolve with the Initial Boost on, good luck, because it is so quick. It will be catching Pokemon that haven't loaded in yet, and it's hard to beat it. Like, no joke. That's how big of an improvement it is. So I wanted to at least mention that solution to you if you are interested in that. I will put a link to that on the Google Play app. Put that in the description. As always, all of the links to what I've talked about today are in the description, and I'll also put them in the pinned comment. But what I want to know is, what is your experience with auto catchers in Pokemon Go? And if you've used the Gotcha Evolve, make sure to share your tips for what you've learned about it, what you prefer about it. That way, if people are considering purchasing one, they have some additional information to look at. So I definitely want to say thank you so much. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, a huge shout out to the supporters over at Patreon. Thank you so much. They are members of an exclusive Discord server where we talk about Pokemon Go, we coordinate for raids, and so much more. So if you're considering supporting the channel and want to connect with other Pokemon Go players, check out that link in the description. I will see you next time.